Welcome one, welcome all to season 33 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as we are set to go racing here today at, as we're set to go racing here today at Daytona International Speedway, as we are set for race number 1 of the Gatorade Twin 125s. The front row is set for the Daytona 500, and we'll see who gets positions 3 through 37 in this season's event. As we are in race number 1 for this race, which is for the odd number starting positions, so we'll decide who gets positions, well, the odd number starting positions, let's put it that way here. Well, I mentioned the pole sitter is already locked in for the 500, that pole sitter being Cole Deaver, the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. He's on the pole for this first race here today. Alongside of him is Rafael Duke in car number 7, the Xerox Antifreeze Ford. Second row has number 25, first time back in the series in a long time in the series. It's Colin Cropley. He's in number 25, the Folgers Chevrolet. He's alongside number 14, that is Eric Monaco, in the Copenhagen Oldsmobile. Third row, runner-up in the season-long championship battle last season, Quentin Moore, the number 75 Valvoline Pontiac. And number 15, that is Jackson Haywood, the Motorcraft Ford. Going to row number 4, it's car number 52, Seth Cole in the Alka-Seltzer Pontiac, and Joshua Osborne in the Quaker State Buick, car number 26. Row number 5 has car number 5, Phil Parker in the Levi Garrett Chevrolet, and number 10, that is Caleb Vogler in the Purelator Pontiac. Next row has number 73, Daniel Bouchard at the wheel of his Oldsmobile, and number 88, Laura Chung, last season's winner at Richmond, the Crisco Pontiac, car 88. Next row down as one of the 2 rookies this season, Noah Sewell, number 11 Budweiser Ford, and alongside of Noah will be car number 55, and the man who won the last race of last season at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It is Harrison Ponder, the number 55 Crown Petroleum Skull Oldsmobile. Next row down is number 2, Dylan Young in the Kroger Pepsi Pontiac, and number 28, Texaco Haviland Ford of Keith Batson, still with this ride from last season. Next row down is number 43, it's Mike Becker in the STP Pontiac, and number 27, Nathan Ormond at the wheel of the Kodiak Pontiac, car number 27, and starting shotgun, car 33, Amanda Evans at the wheel of the Skull Bandit Oldsmobile. So, of course, the explanation for the 125 qualifiers, by the way, obviously, is that, excuse me, is that race number 1 is for the odd number starting positions, and race number 2 is for the even number starting positions. Only the front row is locked in, so positions 3 through, in this case, 37 cars that's running in this season's event, or the season I should say, will be determined by the qualifying races. If somebody besides the pole sitter or outside pole sitter, depending on the race, though, wins the event, then he or she will be granted third position starting position for if he or she wins race number 1, and fourth position starting spot if he or she wins race number 2. So there you basically have it with that. If the pole sitter or outside pole sitter wins one of the races, though, then, well, you'll see how it all shakes out when we get the lineup for the Daytona 500, which will be distributed at the end of this video. So hopefully that explanation will determine is simple enough for the 125 qualifiers here. Here, of course, like I said, wherever position you finish in this race here, it does not affect the pole sitter for this race here, but of course they'll determine positions 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, so on and so forth down the line. And race number 2 will be determine positions 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and so on and so forth. So that's basically keeping it simple for each of the 125 qualifiers that we'll be running here today. 20 laps for each race, by the way. It'll be 30 laps for the Daytona 500 to kick off season number 33 of this series for the NNSCRA. So with that all said, here's the command to fire the engines for race number 1 of the Gatorade Twin 125s here at Daytona.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Command's been given to fire the engines as we're separating here today, as the pace car leads the field off of pit road for the pace lap. We'll be back for the start of the race right after this. So field being led through turns number 3 and 4 here. Cole Deaver and Rafael Leduc will be the front row starting positions for the first race of the Gatorade Twin 125s here. Leduc, if you remember, won this race last season, driving the number 20 Home Depot Chevrolet when we used the Min Cup 19 mod. And of course, that'll be the only season I'll ever use that mod, by the way, too. So don't ask me to use it again. So here's the pace car leads the field off pit road. Pace car comes on the pit road. And race number 1 of the 125s is underway here at Daytona. In the high gear they go here. Now they begin to get spread out here down the backstretch here. 3 wide. Already 4 wide here. Quentin Moore to the low side is going to try for second position here. And they're 4 wide through turns number 3 and 4 here. As Daniel Bouchard goes up tries to go for third position. He's got it here. Colin Cropley might lead the first lap here. I don't know. Well, maybe Quentin Moore possibly lead the first lap here. Who does? It's going to be Quentin at the line. This race does not count for the 125 race. Does not count for points, by the way, toward the season championship. But here, the Daytona 500, of course, will be the first race that will count for points as season progresses throughout the 31 races here. As they come down the backstretch here, Dana Bouchard now has the lead, but here comes Noah Sewell in car number 11 to the low side. Look for second place. Now he looks for the lead here. He's got the Busch from Dylan Young in car number 2. Down on the start-finish line they come here. Noah Sewell leads lap number 2 of this race here. Second lap tallied at 192.164 miles an hour. Keith Batson goes to the low side, takes the position away here. In case you're wondering, of course, we have gone back to Cup 90, by the way, this season. This is the car set from the Cup season of 1989 we're using, by the way. Next season will be the 1990 car set, by the way, and of course, and so on and so forth down the line, if we are able to go that far, I should say. But anyway, but focusing on this season, by the way, here for the Cup Series as they come off turn number 4, Keith Batson, a former 500 winner himself here back in season 27, I believe, when he won that race. You see the aerial view right there, and there's the entire field here with Rafael Leduc and Cole Deaver now dropped to the back, but now moving their way through the field here. It's only 19 cars in this first duel race here, 18 in the second duel. So thus the small fields obviously too, and you'll be able to see the entire field of cars as you did right there. But anyway, it's number 55 Harrison Ponder leading this race now. Eric Monaco, Seth Cole, Joshua Osborne, and now Cole Deaver at the 5th position now as they come off turn number 4. And here comes number 14. That's Monaco to the low side. Does not lead that lap here. Harrison Ponder does. All this at speeds over 190 miles an hour here at Daytona International Speedway as they come down the backstretch now. Down the backstretch they come here. Here comes Leduc to the low side here, and he'll take the lead. 3 wide, about 4, maybe 5 rows deep. Coming across the start-finish line, Rafael Leduc leads lap number 5 of this race here, averaging 187.521 miles an hour, and after 5 laps of this dual race. And right now, Caleb Fogler has the fastest lap of the race at 193.327 here. Quentin Moore, now up front now, as you remember, last season he drove the number 21 Sitco Ford last season. This season he drives a 75 Valvoline Pontiac for Raymog. That's the car that Morgan Shepherd drove in 1989. So Quentin, being a Morgan Shepherd fan himself here, is of course goes wherever Morgan went in each season, I guess you might say. Dylan Young, number 2 car, the same number he's had the last I don't know how many seasons in the Cup Series, but back with it this season, driving for DK Ulrich this season. Number 2 machine. Last season he had the Miller Lite Ford. Mike Becker, still with the Petty machine this season as well too, the 43 machine, as you see him back with that machine this season, obviously. He liked the all-blue scheme, but what you see is what you get for each season, so there you go. Phil Parker, so the number 5 team this season as well too, but this season driving the Levi Garrett Chevrolet this season. He had the Kyle Larson scheme last season. Caleb Fogler, the number 10 machine. Last season he drove the number 48 car last season. This season he drives the number 10 machine out of Whitman Racing. As he gets passed by the man who is still, as you know, who is still, of course, driving, as you all know, the Dale Earnhardt cars, Cole Deaver. If it's the Earnhardt car, you know Deaver's driving it, so there you go. Seth Cole, the 52 car, back with one of his old numbers this season as well, too. Joshua Osborne, driving a team for the team Daniel Boyles drove last season, the Quaker State machine. This season is a Buick this season, the number 26 Quaker State machine. Osborne, one of the few veterans that has never won the Daytona 500, and he hopes to add himself to that list of drivers who's won a race. And boy, that was close between Osborne and Deaver, and then they gave that lap to Deaver in the 3 machine. Folgers jumping aboard the 25 machine. That's the 25 machine last season was driven by Kyle Matthews, the Kodiak car. I guarantee you, if we get to 1994, Kyle Matthews will have that scheme back. I will guarantee you that. But this season it's with Folgers, and this season is with Colin Cropley making his return to the Castrol GTX Cup season. He's won some races in the series, by the way, too, but it was a long time ago, and I can't tell you, I really can't tell you off the head how far back that goes, by the way. As you saw, he was second in the line to Osborne that time by. Halfway home in this race here, 10 down in the books, 10 to go, I should say. Dana Bouchard last season drove the number 70 car, the J.D. McDuffie car last season. That car will be in service this season, but with Daniel Voiles driving. And they're 4 wide. They're about to go 4 wide from the late here, and they go into turn number 3 now. Osborne up on the high side, and same with Cropley. And it's going to be Rafael Leduc, who last season drove the Joe Gibbs number 20 Home Depot machine last season. This season driving for Alan Kwiecki, the number 7 car. The Cyrix Antifreeze Ford. Jackson Haywood, who last season drove in the Melly Yellow Racing Series last season, the number 1 Carolina Ford dealers Ford. This season, back still with a Ford. Obviously, if it's Keith Batson's racing team, you know it's going to be all Ford. And so this season, Jackson Haywood driving the Bud Moore colors this season. Noah Sewell, who's a rookie this season, he's one of Colin Cropley's drivers, by the way. He is driving the number 11 Budweiser Ford for Junior Johnson this season. So Cropley and Sewell both have top-notch rides, obviously, Hendrick Motorsports and the Junior Johnson rides. 33 car, that's Amanda Evans. You see her right there. This season driving the Harry Gant colors this season. That's the same scheme Harrison Ponder drove last season, the Skull Bandit machine. As we mentioned, Harrison Ponder won the finale at Atlanta with that ride as a Chevrolet. This season it's an Oldsmobile this season. Her teammate Allison Rain, of course, who's in race number 2, will be driving the number 30 car, the Michael Waltrip Country Time machine, this season. Keith Batson, still with the Keith Batts is still with the same ride from last season, the number 28 Texaco Haviland Ford. Drove the scheme last season, and now drives it this season. He started from the pole in the Daytona 500 last season. May not get the pole this season for the 500 though. As that honor already went to Cole Deaver at over 187 miles an hour. And looking to see who all we have not covered yet here. Well, Eric Monaco, the 14 car. The Copenhagen Oldsmobile, excuse me. That's the car he's driving this season. He's the second season driver in this series. Eric, of course, driving a Copenhagen Oldsmobile for AJ Foyt this season. Last season drove the Phillips 66 Trop Arctic machine last season. It was a Toyota last season he drove. And then the last car we have not touched on yet, number 27, Nathan Ormond, the Kodiak Chevrolet. He last season drove a Kodiak Pontiac, I should say. Last season drove the number 27. Last season drove the number 18 Interstate Batteries Toyota. Last season did not win a race last season, unfortunately, but he hopes to get back into victory lane this season. And he would love to see that. He would love to have that happen in the 500 this season, obviously. Ormond, of course. Since his failed rookie attempt a few seasons back, though, has come back with a vengeance, has won some races in seasons since, but so that's all your drivers, their first half of your roster this season, I should say, for the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Actually, we have not, I see one we have not touched on yet there. That's the number 88 car, Laura Chung, who's back this season. Laura, of course, who finally got that who finally got that long-awaited first ever win when she won the second race at Richmond last season. She this season driving the number 88 Crisco Pontiac this season. As Laura, of course, hoping to make her run at what could be possibly a good season this season. Seth Cole, number 52 car. He's back with his old number 52 this season after Seth drove, I'm trying to think after Seth drove for Haas Automation, the number 98 Ford last season for his team, Pigeon Racing. I guess whatever that's supposed to mean for Seth. He's been through a lot of team names there. Backmarker Motorsports, Pigeon Racing. I don't know what Seth comes up with a lot of times, but colorful guy that he is, though, Seth has his own unique way of putting things. But anyway, they come to start-finish line here. To the low side goes car 10, Caleb Fogler, as Deaver leaves that lap over Fogler. We have now 4 laps remaining in race number 1 of the Gatorade Twin 125s. Fogler now out in front. Mike Becker second position. Harrison Ponder at the third spot now, number 55. This race has been known for some upset winners, by the way, in the 125 qualifier. We've seen surprise winners in all forms of this type of racing. Off the fourth turn they come here. Fogler out in front as he has now 3 laps remaining in this race here. They come now for 3 to go. Noah Sewell trying for second position. He's got it over Seth Cole. And now you got Sewell leading this pack of cars on the inside lane here. Quentin Moore in the 75 car behind the 88 of Laura Chung. Amanda Evans up there, the 33 machine. That's the driver formerly known as Rob Evans, by the way, in case some of you don't know. '14 car, Eric Monaco to the low side, looking for second position. He's got it, coming off turn number 4. Sewell trying to hold him off. Now coming down for 2 laps remaining. trying to get themselves into position to get a good starting spot for the Daytona 500 here as they go to the low side now. And Sewell has his quasi teammate, if you will, Colin Cropley, to the low side for the number 2 position. As we mentioned, remember, qualifying races do not count for points. So this counts for this is just qualifying races here for the 500. The points will start tallying up when the Daytona 500 happens here as they come off to number 4 now. Noah Sewell laying him down for the white flag. He has 1 to go now. And here comes Harrison Ponder. He'll duck to the inside. And Rafael Leduc shoves Keith Batson up the high side. Now the white flag is out. 1 lap remaining. Leduc to the low side now. Gets by Batson. Now tries to get by Noah Sewell. He's got the push from Joshua Osborne in the 26 and the 3 of Cole Deaver. And here they come to the low side now. Here it comes Leduc. Nope, here comes Osborne. The Quaker State Buick to the low side. Number 26 to the low side. Is Osborne going to take the win in this race here? Here he's got 2 more. He's got 1 more turn left to go here. Deaver comes to the low side as they come off turn number 4 now. Is Deaver going to make a move to the low side on Osborne? He tries the outside lane. He's not going to do it to the start-finish line. Joshua Osborne wins race number 1 of the Gatorade Twin 125s at Daytona. Joshua Osborne, the number 26 Quaker State Buick, goes to victory lane in race number 1 of the Gatorade Twin 125 qualifiers here at Daytona International Speedway. Excuse me. Average speed 190.426 miles an hour here. Cole Deaver's going to come on 2nd. Daniel Bouchard 3rd. 4th will go to Mike Becker. Then it's Jackson Haywood, Harrison Ponder, Rafael Leduc, matching his car number, finishing 7th and car number 7. Caleb Fogler, Noah Sewell, and Keith Batson, the top 10. So there's your finishing order in the first Gatorade Twin 125 qualifying race here. We'll be back for race number 2 of the 125s after this.
Frank, did you have any ignition problems?
Back at Daytona International Speedway as the cars are now lined up for race number 2 of the Gatorade Twin 125 qualifiers as we're set for 20 more laps of racing to see who will get the last half of the Daytona 500 field. And as the cars are lined up here, let's get to the starting lineup for race number 2. It is car number 4, William Brock, who starts outside pole to Cole Deaver in the Daytona 500. He'll start from the pole for the second race here. The number 4 Kodak Film Oldsmobile. Second row has car number 8. That is the car of Ryan Brommer, the number 8 Miller High Life Buick. Second row has car number 9, Jessica Shelton, the number 9 Coors Melling Ford, the season 31 Daytona 500 winner. She's alongside number 21. That's Benjamin Miles with the Wood Brothers team this season, the number 21 Citgo Ford. Third row is number 90, Kat Batson, driving for the Don Levy team this season and shared by KAB Enterprises. And beside her, I should say, we have the number 42 PK Industries Pontiac. It's Kyle Matthews back with the 42 car this season. I bet you can't wait till season 35 when we do 1991s. That way he'll have Mill Yellow again. Next row down is car number 17. That's Michael Whitman, the Tide Chevrolet. He's alongside number 71. That is the car of Nathan Hudson, the Lifeboy Chevrolet. Now you notice as Monte Carlos are driving the first of the season. We'll switch to the Luminous when we go to the Winston 500 at Talladega. Next row is number 6. That's Mitchell Hodak, and the other rookie in this field this season. Another one of Colin Cropley's drivers. Starting alongside him, the number 70 car of Rumpel Furniture AC Spark Plugs Pontiac. It's Daniel Voiles. Next row down, Stephen Colon, and number 83, the Bullseye Barbecue Sauce Oldsmobile, and number 94, Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile, driven by Dylan Poteet, 2-time 500 winner himself. Next down is number 30, Allison Rain, and number 66, that is James Henry driving a 66 Chevrolet this season. Next down has number 16, Alexander Rowe, back in this series again as well too. The Chattanooga Chew Buick, car 16. He's alongside number 29, Zachary Fitzwater, the Hardee's Pontiac, back with the Hardee's team this season. And starting shotgun is number 57, Charles Sanford, the Heinz Ketchup Pontiac, and starting shotgun the other Miller High Life Buick. This is driven by Austin Reed, the number 84 machine. He's on the outside. So that will start as your starting lineup for race number 2 of the 125 qualifiers here at Daytona. As the field of 18 cars get lined up for race number 2 here, 9 rows. In this race here, we saw Joshua Osborne win race number 1 of the 125 qualifiers, and half of the 500 field is set. So we'll see who sets up the other half of the 500 field, the outside rows, aka the even number starting positions, as we're about to get set to get the command to fire the engines.
Drivers, start those engines!
Command has been given to fire the engines as we're set for racing here today in the second 125 qualifier, as the pace car leads the field off of pit road for the pace up back for the start of the race right after this. So William Brock and Ryan Brommer will be the front row leading the field for the green flag here. Now whether it'll start 4th and 6th respectively here if they finish this way in the 125 qualifiers. Actually, I should say if Brock wins this race and Brommer finishes second, they'll be starting 2 and 4. So anyway, green flag flies here. Race number 2 is underway, and something is not going on with William Brock's car. He's off to a very poor start. He's holding up the entire inside line here. And everybody else is just boy, what is up with that 4 car here? And everybody else is finally back up to speed right there as Jessica Shelton and several others get past him. But yeah, William Brock got a very poor start, and that has allowed the first half of this field right there to just drive away. Kyle Matthews looks like he's going to lead at number 1, or is it going to be Poteet? That's going to be Matthews. First lap of this 125 qualifier set at 173.920 miles an hour. Come off turn number 4 right now, and there is, yeah. So William Brock, he's already outside pole sitter, so this is not going to affect him at all there. But boy, what a bad break he had too, obviously as well. As now the second half of the field is going to have a long way to catch up to that front pack of cars here, which consists of about 9 cars in this field. James Henry leads at number 2 of this race here. The second lap tied at 189.682 miles an hour. Daniel Boyles at the second position here. Now the third is Nathan Hudson, driving the Dave Marcus cars this season, number 71 car. Boyles with the number 70 Rumpel Furniture Machine, taking over that right from Daniel Bouchard. Boyles last season had the 26 Quaker State machine, which I'm sure he wishes he had that ride this season because Joshua Osborne won race number 1 with that car in the 125 qualifiers here. Two Miller High Life sponsor machines right there. You see that as they form up a new team this season here. The 84 car of Austin Reed and the 8 car of Ryan Brommer. They are teammates this season. Both of them driving Buicks and both identically painted, if you will. Austin Reed hoping to have a better season this season. Obviously, the number 84 machine. He drove the number 6 car last season, the Roush car. This season, driving the Stavola Brothers Buick this season. Low side comes car 71. That is Nathan Hudson. He'll take the position away from Austin Reed now, and now Benjamin Miles, who last season also drove the Joe Gibbs cars last season. This season, driving the 21 Woodward's cars, the same scheme as the same team that Quentin Moore drove last season. Back when it was the 1993-94 Morgan Shepherd colors. This season, it's the Neil Bonnet number 21 Sitco colors. That's donning the 21 car this season. We're gonna get a look and see if any of the if any of the interval shrinks between the 9th and 10th place cars here. Kat Betson's leading that second group of cars, and she is 4.1 seconds back of the leaders here. And I tell you, thanks to that bad start that that 4 car of William Brock got, that pretty much screwed everybody up in this field. And it's now 3.5 seconds now between 9th and 10th right now. Jessica Shelton now has the number 9, or number 10 position, I should say, right now, the number 9 car. There is that second group right there, and they are trying to gang up on that second pack of cars here. Mitchell Hodak is falling behind that number 9 car of Shelton. 17 car of Michael Whitman. There you see him, the number 17 machine. Whitman back in the series after I think for the first time since season 19. And if you remember that season, he drove the number 24 Jeff Gordon car for 1996 that season. Didn't do much with that ride, though. He had a couple of good runs here and there, though, but still, Whitman back with Hendrick Motorsports this season. 17 car, you remember last season was driven by Jesse Turner, who we will miss deeply having and deeply miss having in this series. Though Turner's last season saw him winning one race that was at Darlington in the Southern 500. So Michael Whitman hoping to pick up what Jesse Turner left off last season, but right now following one of the best in Jessica Shelton. That outside line's going nowhere. Here comes Kat Betson to the left side. There's going to make it 4 wide down there. Almost made it 4 wide across the start-finish line. And they have caught that 4 car of William Brock, though, and that's allowing that front pack to catch up. Yeah, there's the leaders. They're way out front now. So Nathan Hudson now leads with Austin Reed's second position. And how bad is that 4 car going? There's something definitely wrong with that 4 car. That 4 car is, yeah, it has got something wrong. It has got no 4. He's running in 3rd gear all the way around the racetrack right here, 167 miles an hour around this racetrack here, and he has now gone a lap down. And that's screwed over Michael Whitman, screwed over Charles Sanford in the 57 car. There you see Brock. I don't know. They better hope they had that issue solved for the 500, obviously, too. So now Poteet, Henry, and Miles are now all way back of the first pack of cars they were running with now. And now they're going to have the second pack closing up right now with Jessica Shelton and several others closing up behind that front pack of cars now too. And here comes Shelton on the back of James Henry at this point. And she'll lead him down to the start-finish line here. As you see, Kat Batson pulling up behind her, Mitchell Hodak, and Allison Rain. And Shelton saying, "Move over, Benjamin. I'm coming through." Shelton, who last season finished number 16 in the points last season, 16th, 15th, or 14th, something like that, though, but won 3 times last season. This season at number 9 machine, hoping for better results in season 33, as she is of course, the 5-time series champion, as we all know. So Shelton now has moved her way up into, I think if they'll move over to the 5th position right now here. Allison Ray now catching up behind. But right now, the front pack of cars, there's the front pack here. Nathan Hudson, the two Miller High Life cars of Ryan Brommer and Austin Reed in the 29 of Zachary Fitzwater. And those cars are about a little under 3 seconds ahead of that second pack of cars here. And there's that second pack they're trying to close up now. And they are running a little bit faster than the front pack is right now. Two Buicks, a Pontiac, and a Chevrolet up in the top 4 spots right now. And that second pack is really gaining right now. It's now down to about less than 2 seconds right now. There you see Fitzwater coming to the low side of the 84 car of Austin Reed. Twelve laps in the books, 8 laps remaining in race number 2 of the 125s. And there's the second pack of cars there. It's now down to about it's now down about 1.6 seconds between those two packs of cars here. So we may have a race after all here. Daniel Boyle's leading the second pack of cars here. And a fast lap of the race so far set by Allison Rain, 196.464 miles an hour. And here's that second pack of cars now in the same frame as the front pack. And now we have us a race. 7 laps remaining in race number 2 here. And here comes Stephen Colon. Boy, that second pack closed up like gangbusters in, but here they come behind that 4 car once again. And he's getting even worse now, 157 miles an hour, and he's going to split this pack once again. I guarantee you, yeah. And up in front now is the 84 and the 8 car, so just as I said we have a race now, well, not anymore, we don't. We may still that pack of cars may still close. That second pack of cars now still, again, facing the task of closing up that front pack again. Which I think this time they'll have no problem doing so because now the deficit's nowhere near as much as it was last time. At least not for this pack of cars right there. As Hudson, Voiles, Poteet, Shelton, all of them down in this pack right there. And they have caught quickly up to the 2 Miller High Life cars now of Austin Reed and Ryan Brommer. And here comes Shelton to the low side once again. She really closed up that time by. And here comes Poteet trying to move to the high side now. Shelton down low here makes it fresh for second position. She's got that position now. But here comes Fitzwater's going to try to shove her back up to the front spot now. And Shelton going nowhere there. I thought the inside lane, I thought she had a Good shot on the inside lane right there to try to take position away from that 84 machine, but no dice for the time being right now. And we are down to now to about, let's see, 4 laps remaining in this in the second event, in the second 125 qualifier. This pack of cars, this pack of cars, about 12 cars strong.
Hey, Meow.
Cat Batson right now running 14th position. Allison Rain you saw in 13th spot. Alexander Rowe 15th. 16th is Michael Whitman. 17th is Charles Sanford. And there's 18th William Brock. And of course he'll have second position starting spot regardless. But he is running way, way, way off the pace. That last lap by for Brock only 161 miles per hour. He's like a Goodies Dash car out there. He is like a Goodies Dash car. If you know those cars from NASCAR, they had 4-cylinder engines. They were subcompact cars. James Henry now goes to the lead right now. As they're already coming out for 2 laps remaining in race number 2. Well, what a story this would be for James Henry if he holds on to win this race here. But Austin Reed to the left side, he's been strong all day long so far. He's got Kyle Matthews, and he's got Nathan Hudson, a car of Ryan Brommer, Dylan Poteet, another one of the veterans up there. And here comes Ryan Brommer to the left side. He wants to get with his teammate to try to get a tandem going. But no way here, that inside line. Trying to stay up there as they come off the 4th turn now. Austin Reed sees the white flag, but here comes Hudson to the low side. And it'll come to the white flag here. Deadlocked together. This looks like a 190 mile an hour pace lap on the final lap of this race. Hudson to the top spot. Now, he led that last time by. Ryan Palmer to second position. Poteet up the 3rd position now as they come on up the 2nd turn. Fitzwater to the low side. Makes it 3 wide. He's got the push from Jessica Shelton in the 9 car. Here they come off turn number 4. Does Nathan Hudson hold them all off here? Poteet is and trying to make the move to the low side. Here they come off the 4th turn. Fitzwater in 3rd position here as they come to the start-finish line. It's going to be Nathan Hudson winning race number 2 of the 125 qualifiers. 2nd place will go to Dylan Poteet. 3rd to Zachary Fitzwater. Jessica Shelton 4th. And 5th will go to the 6th car of Mitchell Hodak. He'll finish in 5th position. 6th will go to Ryan Brommer. 7th to Daniel Voiles. 8th to Austin Reed. 9th to James Henry. And Benjamin Miles will finish in 10th position. Average speed 188.86 miles an hour. So that's your. So that's how your. That's how everything finishes up here at Daytona. There's the rest of the finishing order here. So we thank you for joining us for the Gatorade Twin 125s here. Congratulations once again to race number 2 winner Nathan Hudson and race number 1 winner Joshua Osborne. Those two will start 3rd and 4th in this season's Daytona 500. The 500 lineup will be distributed at the end of the video. So if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got NR races, we got gaming videos, we got NR online videos. Whatever the president of the NNSCRA, Seth Cole, desires to have for his channel, be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series, the main series on this channel. And be sure, and if you want in on future seasons of Seth's Duracell Cup Series, be sure to get with Seth, and he'll get you going. And also check out our other 2 channels that does NNSCRA offline. Those channels being X8675398588X, that's Dylan Young's channel, the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series, and also Thrashman899. Subscribe to that channel as well too. For the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, that's Levi McIntyre's channel. and also check out and also subscribe to those two channels for some cool stuff as well too, including this channel, and also subscribe to this channel you're watching here, the NNSCRA channel, for some good stuff as well too. So that will do here today at Daytona, as the Gatorade Twin 125 qualifiers are history for season 33. We'll see how, and here's your starting lineup for the season 33 Daytona 500. For now, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA celebrating 10 years of off-road racing at its best. We'll see you for the Great American Race, the Daytona 500.